Dear Pisces, the period beginning June 13, 2025 does not just promise, but launches a new era in your material life. To realize the magnitude, you need to understand the complex but amazingly harmonious symphony of celestial bodies conducting your financial destiny. This is not luck, but a carefully constructed cosmic design, the culmination of many years of transits. By this time Saturn, the planet of structure, will have already moved out of your sign and into fiery Aries. For you, Pisces, this means a shift from inner work to decisive action in finances. You'll be ready not just to dream, but to rigorously structure the steps to prosperity. Gone is uncertainty, and in comes clarity of purpose and a willingness to fight. At the same time, Uranus, the planet of sudden breakthroughs, continues to move through the sign of Taurus, your resource sector. This transit has been setting the stage for years for unorthodox ways of making money and re-evaluating priorities. This is the time when Uranus' influence will shine brightly, bringing surprising financial discoveries or chances you never expected. These include new sources of income, sudden offers, or a dramatic change in activity that leads to a significant increase in wealth. Let's not forget about Neptune, your longtime ruling planet in your sign. Its presence enhances your intuition, making you receptive to unseen energy flows. Your ability to feel the right financial decisions will be at its peak, allowing you to avoid pitfalls and find profitable avenues. This intuitive knowledge, multiplied by the structured nature of Saturn and the energy of Uranus, creates a unique cocktail for your monetary expansion. These energies converge to create a powerful momentum. Your subconscious mind, thanks to Neptune, is perfectly attuned to perceive the opportunities that Uranus will manifest and Saturn will help solidify. This is not a coincidence, but a cosmic plan for your financial rebirth. And of course, in this grand orchestra, another great benefic plays a key role, whose influence can enhance this potential, opening the doors to abundance. He is the one we are going to talk about. This great benefic is Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance, who, fortunately for you, Pisces, has long been in Taurus. Its presence here, in the sector of your personal resources and finances, is the cornerstone of your future material well-being. Jupiter in Taurus is a unique combination of generosity and pragmatism. For you, Pisces, this means not just luck, but the opportunity to build a solid, tangible foundation for your financial stability. Taurus, the Earth sign, gives Jupiterian expansion structure and concreteness. This is a time when your investments in real estate, valuable assets, or even just prudent savings can bear tangible fruit. This is not about fleeting gains, although those are not impossible, but about building a long-term, reliable source of income that will serve you for years to come. So how do you capitalize on this powerful transit? First, focus on accumulating and saving. Jupiter in Taurus favors creating a safety cushion and investing in things that have real, tangible value. Think about long-term investments, perhaps in real estate or land, if it suits your abilities. This is also a great time to review your financial habits, creating a budget, getting rid of unnecessary spending, and planning major purchases that will bring you comfort and stability. Second, use your intuition, enhanced by Neptune, to feel the right opportunities for capital appreciation. Jupiter will present you with chances, but Taurus requires a deliberate and balanced approach. Don't give in to impulsive decisions, but rather look for opportunities to grow slowly but surely. This may be a time to learn new, practical skills that will increase your value in the job market or monetize your talents. This period of Jupiter in Taurus lays the groundwork, creating a material base for future accomplishments. However, to truly unlock the full potential of this money horoscope, you need to actively engage with the world around you, utilizing your intellectual and networking skills. We've already talked about the monumental shifts that from June 13, 2025 promise Pisces an unprecedented breakthrough in the financial sphere. While Saturn and Jupiter lay the foundation for long-term savings and strategic investments, and Uranus brings unexpected but highly favorable opportunities, there is another key aspect that will be a powerful catalyst: the Sun's transit through Gemini. The Sun, as our inner center, source of vitality and self-expression, falling in the sign of Gemini, emphasizes themes of communication, learning, information sharing and intellectual activity. For Pisces, whose nature is often inclined to intuitive perception and inner reflection, this period will be a unique opportunity to activate your mental plane and use it to increase your wealth. Imagine this: your mind becomes sharper, more inquisitive, able to pick up on the smallest nuances in the flow of information. This is not a time for passive waiting, dear Pisces. This is a time for active interaction with the world through words, text, ideas. Your communication skills will reach a whole new level. Feel free to ask questions, participate in discussions, share your thoughts and, most importantly, learn. It is through learning new skills, whether it is mastering software, learning financial literacy, immersing yourself in the intricacies of investing or even mastering a foreign language, that you will open doors that previously seemed closed. Information gained during this period can be your golden key. Seminars, courses, books, podcasts are all sources that you should actively absorb. Your ability to adapt and quickly assimilate knowledge will be phenomenal. Use this energy to expand your professional competencies. Communicating with colleagues, mentors, business partners will become not just a pleasant pastime, but a direct path to new proposals, career advancement, or even unexpected startup ideas. It is possible that it is through sharing information, participating in new projects or even a casual conversation that you will get the very clue that will lead to a win or see a unique investment opportunity. Your speech, your ideas, your ability to communicate the value of your offerings will be your greatest asset. However, beyond outward appearances and active interaction, how you perceive and present yourself to the world is equally important. Dear Pisces, at the very time when financial flows are beginning to become incredibly clear and structured for you, we are approaching one of the most striking and perhaps unexpected aspects of your monetary transformation. We are talking about the influence of Venus, which, moving into the charismatic sign of Leo, begins to dictate its terms in the realm of your financial decisions. For you deep and intuitive natures, this transit can be a real challenge and at the same time a powerful catalyst for growth. Venus in Leo is not just about a love of luxury or a desire to spend money on colorful experiences, although that can be part of a new financial mindset. It is first and foremost about the value you place on yourself, and how you translate that value to the world. Leo is the sign of royalty, self-expression and recognition. So when Venus, the planet of finance and resources, is in this position, it is literally calling you to step out of the shadows and make yourself known. Your natural modesty and self-sacrifice may be admirable qualities, but in the context of monetary success, they sometimes play tricks on you, preventing you from appreciating your labor and demanding adequate remuneration. Now comes a unique moment when the universe, through Venus in Leo, strongly encourages you to invest in your personal brand and self-presentation. This is not about empty showmanship, but about strategically positioning yourself as an expert, professional, or simply someone whose services and talents have high value. Think about how you look when you go to an important meeting or present your project. Your words, your image, even your demeanor all shape your first impression and influence the willingness of others to invest in you, whether it's money, trust, or new opportunities. Investing in a personal brand for Pisces can range from a professional photo shoot that will emphasize your uniqueness to public speaking courses that will help you communicate your ideas more confidently. Perhaps it's time to update your business closet to match the level of success you're striving for. Or it could be an investment in a quality website or portfolio that presents your accomplishments in a vivid and compelling way. The key is to make a conscious effort to create an image that will exude confidence, professionalism, and intrinsic value, attracting to you the very cash flows we talked about earlier. Remember that for Pisces, it is especially important that this outward display be backed by a true sense of inner dignity. However, it takes more than just external changes to ensure that this brilliance is not fleeting, but becomes the foundation for long-term prosperity. Your inner energy and emotional resilience will be key factors in cementing these new positions. We've already talked about the powerful configuration of planets creating unprecedented opportunities for your financial growth, dear Pisces. Saturn sets the structure, Uranus brings unexpected breakthroughs, Neptune enhances intuition, and Jupiter lays the foundation for abundance. The Sun opens doors through communications, and Venus calls for investment in your personal brand. But what will be the spark, the inner engine that transforms all these potentials into real cash flow and tangible wins? This is where Mars, which will be in Cancer from June 13, 2025, comes into play. For you, Pisces, like Cancer, this is a water sign, and Mars' transit through it takes on a special depth and significance. Mars is the planet of action, energy, determination, and will. In Cancer, its energy does not manifest as an aggressive offensive, but rather as a powerful, internal, deeply motivated force. It is an energy to protect, create security, strengthen roots, and provide well-being for yourself and your loved ones. For you, Pisces, this means that your financial goals will not just be a desire, but a deep, almost instinctual need. Mars in Cancer gives you the energy to fight for your financial stability, to stand up for your interests, and to act decisively where comfort and security are concerned. This energy will be fueled by your emotions, your intuition, and your desire for harmony. You will feel an inner call to action that you will not be able to ignore. Perhaps it will manifest in a determination to ask for a raise, the courage to start your own project that you've been nurturing for a long time, or an intuitive move to invest in real estate or other assets that create a sense of foundation. A key aspect of this transit will be managing emotions and motivation. Mars in Cancer can be emotionally charged, and for Pisces, who are highly sensitive themselves, this means the need to consciously channel your feelings in a constructive way. Use your empathy not to dissolve into other people's problems, but to understand the true needs of the market, partners, or employers, and then act on that understanding. Your motivation will stem from a deep desire to build a solid foundation, and this inner strength will be a powerful catalyst for achieving your most ambitious financial goals. This is a time when you will be able to transform your deepest desires for financial freedom into concrete, purposeful action, dictated not by an external crush, but by a powerful inner impulse. Consciously managing these emotional flows will not only allow you to avoid impulsive decisions, but to turn every emotion into fuel for your monetary growth. This is a period when your inner wisdom and emotional intelligence will become your primary financial advisors, helping you make decisions that seem right on an intuitive level and produce tangible results. But how exactly will this intuition translate into clear, informed financial strategies? We've already talked about the powerful cosmic orchestra that begins its symphony for Pisces on June 13, 2025, opening up unprecedented opportunities in finance. In this unique constellation of planets, the transit of Mercury in Cancer holds a special place. For you, dear Pisces, this position of the planet of communication and intelligence means a profound shift in the way you perceive and process information, especially when it comes to money. Mercury in the sensitive and intuitive sign of Cancer infuses your thought process with not just logic, but powerful emotional resonance. Your natural empathy and ability to feel the currents now extends to monetary vibrations. You will begin to see lucrative offers where before you saw only numbers or boring spreadsheets. Investments, big deals, even everyday financial decisions will all feel on a premonitory level, as if your inner compass is unmistakably pointing in the right direction. This is not just luck, it is the activation of your innate aquatic wisdom that allows you to sense the energy of money and its movement. However, intuition is not a magic wand that overrides the need for knowledge. On the contrary, Mercury in Cancer pushes you to a whole new level of financial literacy that resonates with your soul. It won't be dry theory or boring charts disconnected from reality. You will begin to learn about money not as something abstract, but as energy, as a tool to create security, comfort, and well-being for yourself and your loved ones. Courses on investments, books on the psychology of money, even podcasts on financial planning, all this will be digested by you not just with your mind, but also with your heart, because you will see it as practical sense for your emotional and material world. You will seek out information that allows you to not just accumulate, but to intelligently manage your resources based on your inner compass. This is a time when you will be able to intuitively understand where to invest for maximum return, or what risk is justified and what risk is not. This synergy between a deep inner gut feeling and conscious financial learning will be your secret weapon. It will allow you not only to attract abundance, but also to manage it wisely, creating a solid foundation for the future. And it is this foundation, based on intuitive wisdom and acquired knowledge, that will be the starting point for building a truly sustainable and predictable financial architecture for your life. Dear Pisces, on the eve of the powerful financial renaissance that is about to open its doors to you, it is crucial to realize that the foundation for it was not laid overnight. The years while Saturn was slowly but surely moving through your sign were a period when the universe demanded that you not just dwell in the clouds of dreams of prosperity, but also learn to structure it, to put it into concrete, tangible forms. Saturn is a great teacher, and his time in Pisces has been a real school of financial discipline for many of you. He forced you to face the truth, to prioritize, even when your intuition was pulling you into the unknown. It was a period when your sometimes ephemeral desires had to find clear boundaries and financial flows, an orderly course. It was then that you were learning to take full responsibility for your money matters. This may not have been easy. Saturn does not tolerate chaos, and it may have manifested itself through situations that required you to be as focused, precise in your accounting and careful in your planning as possible. Perhaps it was during this period that you first tasted true financial control, realizing that true freedom lies not in the absence of limitations, but in the ability to manage them. This transit pushed you to form truly long-term strategies, to a deep understanding that true wealth does not come instantly, but is the result of hard work, patience and a systematic approach. You learned not just to dream about a big purchase or a significant income, but to build a step-by-step plan to achieve these goals, to see the picture for years to come. This time has taught you to value every ruble earned, every investment, every resource put aside as a brick in the foundation of your future prosperity. You have become more conscious of budgeting, saving, even getting rid of debts. Saturn in Pisces is the archetype of the wise builder who carefully chooses a place for a house, calculating every detail so that the building stands strong and secure. He has shown you how important it is to have not only inspiration, but also a clear financial plan that will allow your wildest dreams to materialize. Thanks to this invaluable experience, you are now ready not only to follow the beaten paths, but also to boldly consider new, sometimes even unconventional approaches to multiplying capital. After all, when the foundation is solid, you can afford to experiment with the architecture of financial well-being. Pisces, when we talk about your money horoscope, we cannot ignore the powerful influence of Uranus, which has long been in Taurus. This transit, which has been going on for some time now, and especially manifests itself from June 13, 2025 in the context of a general energetic shift, is becoming a real catalyst for your finances. Uranus is the planet of surprises, innovation and revolution. In the sign of Taurus, which is responsible for material values, stability and resources, it acts as a kind of cosmic hacker, breaking into old systems and familiar approaches to money. For you, Pisces, this means that traditional methods of earning or preserving capital may suddenly stop working, or, on the contrary, completely new, previously unimaginable paths to abundance may open up. Uranus encourages you to be bold, to be willing to experiment and implement unconventional solutions. Forget about business as usual. Now is the time for more than ever. You may find that your income will start to come from sources you hadn't even considered. This could be from mastering new technologies, investing in breakthrough startups, or even monetizing your unique, perhaps eccentric ideas. However, let's be clear, Uranus always brings with it an element of risk. But it is in that risk that tremendous opportunity lies. Imagine that you are standing on the threshold of a new era, where familiar financial rules are being rewritten. Your job is not to fear these changes, but to use them as a springboard. This is a time to step outside your comfort zone, take on new challenges and allow yourself to think outside the box. You may find yourself in a pioneering role, innovating in your professional life or creating an entirely new product or service. This could involve digital assets, environmental projects, or even utilizing your creativity in a completely new, non-obvious way. Remember that Uranus doesn't like stagnation. It will push you toward change, sometimes through unexpected but always meaningful events. Your willingness to adapt and be open to the new will be the key to financial success. Don't cling to outdated patterns, Instead, look for opportunities where others see only uncertainty. This is a period when your ability to adapt and think outside the box will be rewarded. And while this transit brings with it a wave of material change, don't forget that true wealth is often born from the depths of your soul, from what cannot be measured in money. Dear Pisces, as we continue our dive into your unique financial horoscope, we can't ignore the influence of Neptune, your ruling planet, which, being in your sign, opens the door to a whole other dimension of material success. It's not just intuition, as we've already mentioned, it's a deep connection to the invisible streams of abundance that you, more than anyone else, are able to experience. Neptune in Pisces is your inner compass, attuned to the frequencies of prosperity. It amplifies your natural sensitivity to the point where you begin to see opportunities where others see only uncertainty. This is not rational analysis, but rather a deep, almost mystical knowledge of where to direct your efforts, what projects to invest in, what people to partner with to maximize your benefits. Your intuition becomes not just a helper, but a leading force, able to anticipate market trends, grasp hidden risks, and find the most promising paths that are not yet obvious to most. But Neptune's influence extends much further. It awakens your creativity, making it a powerful tool for achieving financial goals. For many Pisces, this can mean monetizing talents in art, music, design, or even healing and spiritual practices. Your unique vision, ability to create beauty and bring meaning to what you do become your competitive advantage. This is a time when your most daring artistic or spiritual projects can bring not only deep satisfaction but also tangible income. Moreover, Neptune in Pisces encourages you to integrate spirituality into your financial strategy. This does not mean giving up material things, but rather realizing that true wealth is a harmony between inner peace and outer manifestation. When you operate from a state of flow, trust and ethics, the universe reciprocates. Your ability to be compassionate, to see beyond the obvious, and to serve a higher purpose can attract opportunities to you that seem almost miraculous. It's not just luck, it's resonance with the energy of abundance you create through your authenticity and pursuit of harmony. Remember that for Pisces, the path to money is often through inspiration, dreams, and a subtle perception of reality, not just dry calculation. It is this unique ability that will allow you not only to multiply your income, but also to find your true purpose in your financial endeavors, which inevitably leads to even greater prosperity. It is this profound inner transformation, backed by a strengthening of your intuition and creativity, that will be the foundation for the massive changes that will follow, affecting not only your personal beliefs about money, but also your interaction with new, sometimes revolutionary, financial tools and collective projects. Dear Pisces, we've already seen the cosmic currents lining up for your financial breakthrough starting June 13, 2025. But beyond the point influences that are shaping opportunities for savings and action, there is a deeper, tectonic shift that will reshape your very attitude toward abundance. This is the transit of Pluto in Aquarius, the most powerful planet of transformation, plunging us into the abyss of the collective unconscious and bringing to the surface all that needs radical renewal. Pluto in Aquarius is an era of upheaval in systems, technology, our perceptions of the future, and collective interaction. For you, Pisces, this transit means not just a change in external circumstances, but a deep, internal realignment of financial beliefs. You may have been carrying the weight of limiting programs for a long time: money is hard to come by, I'm not good enough for big money, or spirituality and material things are incompatible. Pluto is here to break down these outdated paradigms, uprooting them from the roots of your subconscious. It's not always an easy process, it takes courage to face the truth, but the result is the release of financial burdens and the opening of a path to a new level of monetary freedom. This period encourages you to actively explore new technologies and seek opportunities in collective projects. Financial prosperity for Pisces is now inextricably linked to innovation, digital platforms, decentralized systems, and any endeavor that serves not only personal gain but also the common good. Your innate empathy and compassion, enhanced by Neptune's influence, can be a powerful asset in areas where technology intersects with humanitarian or social projects. Consider crowdfunding, investing in startups that solve global problems, or participating in online communities where sharing knowledge and resources creates new forms of wealth. This is a time when your intuition, previously focused on gut feelings, can now be applied to understanding complex algorithms and the prospects for blockchain, AI, or other breakthrough trends. Don't be afraid to venture into what seems far from your nature. This is where the potential for unprecedented growth lies, at the intersection of your unique perception and cutting-edge technology. Discover new forms of income that seemed fantastic yesterday, and don't forget that true wealth begins with an inner sense of abundance. This entire cosmic orchestra from goal-strengthening Saturn to mind-transforming Pluto is working to create your new financial reality. Understanding these powerful influences is just the first step to turning them into concrete, tangible results. Now is the time to pull all of these threads together and chart a clear path to your monetary success. We have already looked into the cosmic map, seen the balance of power and the potential that is unfolding before you, dear Pisces. But knowledge without action is only theory. It's time to bring all these powerful influences together into a single roadmap, turning astrological prophecies into concrete, tangible steps toward your financial triumph. This is not just a prediction, it's a call to consciously co-create with the universe. The first and most fundamental step is to discipline Saturn in Aries. Forget vague dreams. Your task is to clearly define your financial goals. Not, I want more money, but I want to increase my income by 30% by the end of 2025, or save a specific amount for investments by a certain date. Make a budget, develop a savings plan, create a system for keeping track of your income and expenses. This is your solid foundation upon which everything else will be built. Without this structure, even the most favorable transits can remain unrealized potential. Uranus, like an electrical discharge, requires you to be ready for unexpected breakthroughs and unorthodox ways of making money. Be open to new technologies, investments in startups, and creative online projects. If you were previously afraid to take risks or go outside the box, now is the time to put those fears aside. Your unique intuition, enhanced by Neptune in your sign, will be your inner compass. Trust your hunches when choosing investments, partnerships, or even buying a lottery ticket. This is not blind luck, but a subtle reading of information fields that only you can access. Jupiter in Taurus calls for building a solid material foundation. This is a time for serious savings and long-term investments. Perhaps it's buying real estate, investing in precious metals or stable stocks. Think about the future, but act in the present. The Sun in Gemini lights the way through communications and learning. Actively expand your connections, attend financial literacy trainings, and learn new digital skills. Information is your key asset during this period. Venus in Leo is your call to self-value and invest in your personal brand. How do you present yourself to the world? Pay attention to your professional image, developing your public speaking skills, or building an attractive online portfolio. Remember, the higher you rate yourself, the higher your perceived value to others. Mars in Cancer gives you a deep, almost instinctive motivation to fight for your financial stability and comfort. Use this energy to take decisive action, negotiating a pay raise, protecting your assets, or starting your own business. Mercury in Cancer will allow you not just to think about money, but to feel its flow, to intuitively understand where to go. Combine analytics with your inner gut. And Pluto in Aquarius is your transformational catalyst. It requires revisiting and letting go of any limiting beliefs about money that you may have carried with you from the past. Open yourself to new paradigms of abundance, collective projects, and innovative financial models. For promotions at work, this means not just waiting, but actively demonstrating your value, communicating strategically, being ready for new responsibilities, and being able to make a compelling case for your accomplishments. And winning the lottery, which to many sounds like pure chance, for you may be the result of a subtle resonance with the flows of abundance, when Neptune's intuition and Uranus' openness to the unexpected combine into a single powerful wave. This is not just an auspicious period, it is your personal stardom, prepared by years of cosmic work. You are ready for it. You deserve it. The universe is calling you to prosperity, and now you have the concrete tools to achieve it. True success, however, is not limited to the outward manifestations of abundance. It is rooted deeper, in a person's very attitude toward his or her resources and capabilities.